Joe, it feels like a long time coming. Now you're in the bubble. Just wonder how you feel now you know that everybody's COVID negative. We've got the white band on our wrists. There's a little bit of relief from everybody last night. We have a fight. How do you feel now that you're in here?
I'm feeling good, very good. I've had a great camp. My new coach, Andy Lee, done some great work in Ireland and in Morecambe. And now that we're in the bubble, everything's, I'm getting a lot more excited the closer we get to the fight. We're just going to stay calm and stay relaxed and let it all out on fight night.
What was your mindset coming into this? Because it has been not a strange journey, but it's been alien to you. You left New Zealand on a whim, if I say it like that. A Zoom call with Andy Lee, a text from Tyson Fury to Ireland to live in Andy Lee's family house, learning how to play the piano off YouTube. Then you're in Morecambe. It isn't the most traditional of routes, but it's, from the look of you, it seems to be something that's benefited you.
I feel like it's benefited me a lot. And I feel like at this stage of my career, it was the perfect move. It was a move I needed to make. I needed a fresh voice and fresh eyes in my corner. I need someone with experience and someone who's been there, done that, and someone who could correct the little things that I was doing wrong, and someone who could also control the training that I was doing, whether I was doing too much or not enough. So overall, it's very beneficial being on this side of the world. It was a quick change of finishing with Kevin, calling Tyson, getting a recommendation to train with Andy. It happened quite fast, and then the next thing I was on an aeroplane flying to Ireland to start training camp for this fight, May 1. But I'm very happy as a fighter, and I feel like I'm at the beginning of my career where I'm very excited again about boxing, excited about the new team that I have, and then having this fight locked in to let it all out and let it on display.
It's a cliche, isn't it? A happy fighter is a dangerous fighter.
Yeah.
It's easy for you to sit there and say it, but I wonder what drives you in this fight, because you've been to your Mount Everest, you've won the world title, you've boxed in front of, I don't want to do it down, I think it was 90,000 at the stadium. You have ticked a lot of boxes. So what motivates you for this one?
I'm motivated because I have goals that I want to achieve. I want to be two-time world champion. I want to have a good legacy, on the side of the world that I live in. But then also, I'm doing it mostly for myself. I feel like in the past I've done it for a lot of other people. Done it for my parents, family, countries, whatever. And I didn't really appreciate it when I was world champion. I didn't really feel like this is it. So I feel like now that I'm doing it for myself, I'm extra motivated, and I've made these sacrifices to be on this side of the world, to train, to learn from Andy, and to prepare for this fight. Yeah,
you are a family man. I suppose we don't often give it enough sort of credence to sacrifice time at home with family and kids, and having to do FaceTime. I mean, we're all sick of it at the moment, but having to do that out of choice to put yourself in camp, to put your body under strain, that does say a lot about you. Your critics are always going to be your critics, but they cannot surely say that you haven't made sacrifices.
Yeah, they can't. I mean, the hardest part about being a fighter, I feel, is being away from family and being away from your kids, and your wife. I feel like you're missing out on a lot of things, them growing up, missing out on, birthdays and events and things like that. But in order to achieve what I want to achieve, I had to make the choice to fly away and, start my training camp with Andy. But even though I missed them, they're very supportive. They're very happy for me. They see me, being happy each day in training, and they can see the big difference in my body and also my mindset, and also how fresh I am each day.
Do you mind if I get into the fight side of things? What can we expect from you, and what are you expecting from Derek Chisora on Saturday?
I think it's no sort of secret with Derek and what he's going to bring. He's got a good addition to his team in Buddy McGirt. We could help him with a few things leading into this fight, but I feel like he's going to put pressure on. Pressure from the beginning. We've seen it in his last fight, and he's still got a lot to give. He's still very tough. And we've seen it in the recent fights he's had. From me, you can expect good action, a smarter fighter, better movement, better speed, and with everything that we've been working on in the gym, I know that if I show that, it's going to be a good night for us.
There's a bit of clickbait in it But Derek Chisora does give good headlines. He does give good
And
sound
he
bites.
gives
I'm sure it's not been lost on you that even the outside of the hotel is plastered with the fact that it says, "I've put the fear of God into Joseph Parker." Do you fear him? Do you fear failure? Do you fear anything?
At this moment right now, I don't fear anything. I'm ready for whatever he's going to bring. You know, he's been around for a long time and he's got a lot of experience. He had a lot of fights under his belt. But there comes a point where it's going to be too much, and I feel like I'm going to be too much for him.
I saw an interview with him, which again was a good quote. One thing that's always levelled at you, and I don't know if it hurts or if you laugh it off, but I'm going to say it anyway, which people say, like, he's boxing's Mr. Nice Guy. He's just too nice. He doesn't have the... I don't want to like using the phrase, but he doesn't really have the devil in him. You know, he doesn't when it gets like that. And he said that in the fight against Dillian White, Dillian and I are very different people, but we're similar. We live in uncomfortability. We don't mind living in the heat of the fire. And he said that you don't like that. How do you feel when someone says that about you?
Everyone's entitled to their opinion, and they can have whatever thoughts they have about me. I am too nice. I am nice before and after the fight, but when it's time to fight and when the bell goes, he's going to get a different Joseph, you know. I respect him as a fighter, but I want to hurt him.
Yeah, I think we said that to you before. Sort of don't mistake my quietness for a weakness. You know, just because I'm not throwing tables and slapping people or spitting water in people's faces doesn't mean that I don't not have it in me, but I don't have that spite in me if it gets like that.
If it does get like that, I'm ready for whatever he's going to bring. You know, I'm going to do everything I can in my power to get the win. It's a must for me. It's a must for my team.
Do you think he will bring some mind games and some tricks this week that will try and unsettle you? Is there any way you can prepare for that other than speaking to good people and surrounding yourself with good people? It is on you, isn't it? If he's standing in front of you and he's trying to flick your switches, what can you do to make sure that they stay off?
Yeah, he's, with his experience, he's done many things like you mentioned. He's thrown tables, he's spat on people, he's glassed through some glasses and punched people, kissed someone, I think. I saw he kissed someone as well, which is a very different experience for that person. Whatever he's going to bring, you know, I've had a chat with Andy, had a chat with John and the team, and just going to go with the flow. Be myself and just, you know, take whatever he's going to bring. Different
in the bubble, isn't it? Because there's flaws between you, but if this was an old press conference, you know, you've had it. You've had it with Huey Fury. It's like you do press conference, then you can go. Don't have to see him anymore. Do the weigh in, you see him, and then you go. We are living in this new normal where you might see him 3 times a day at dinner. You might, you know, you can't get away from it. It's the same for us. Can't get away from Adam. But you know, we're surrounded by people, and it is a different experience. Did you have it in New Zealand?
We didn't have it in New Zealand.
No,
we were, you know, fortunately in New Zealand, we're pretty blessed with the COVID situation. So this is the first time that I've been in a bubble. The first time many of my team would be in a bubble. But you know, we know what we have to do. I mean, if you see them, hello, what's up? But we're just going to stick to ourselves and stick on what we're focusing on. You know, stick on what the plan is. You know, we're here for one thing, and that's to fight and win.
Do you want to tell me anything about the plan? You might not see this. I don't want you to sort of give your game plan away, but and I'm not asking you to, by the way. But you will have visions of how the fight goes from your side, regardless of what he brings to the table. I'm sure when your head hits the pillow, or maybe it doesn't, you don't try and overthink it, but you will have a vision of how this fight goes. In your head, do you see him bringing sort of fire and brimstone and pressure from the first bell? Is he going to double bluff you and he's going to try and outbox you? What do you see when you think of it?
I see him putting the pressure on, and he'll be trying to chase me down, but we've got a good plan in place. Be smart, sometimes fight fire with fire, probably chase him around, you know, who knows.
You spoke before about winning is all that matters, but sometimes it isn't enough. Like, you beat Junior Farr, but people still ask questions of your performance, so actually the performance does matter. Winning matters, and it is that all that matters, but the performance has to come with it. Do you believe with what you've done behind closed doors with Andy Lee that you can sparkle on Saturday, that you can bring the performance that matches the result?
I believe 100% with the work that we've done that it's going to be a great night for us. What I've shown in the gym, what we've been working on, what we've, you know, just everything that we've done in training, put it on display. You know, it'll be great. It'll be a good performance compared to the last.
Yeah. I push you for a prediction, but I fully understand when fighters say I don't want to make a prediction because if it's not in your nature. But Do you think that you can stop him? Do you want to stop him? Do you want to make a statement?
I would love to make a statement, you know. The goal is to go in there and box and enjoy and be smart. And I believe if I tick all the right boxes and do exactly what we've been working on, that I can catch him. But, you know, I'm not going to go out there looking for a knockout because it never comes that way.
People say boxing is like chess, and I wouldn't know, but boxing politics is like chess. It is about being in the right place at the right time and making your move. David Higgins, if he was here, I'm sure he would be telling us all the route to the next world title. Do you think that you have a route? Do you know a route? Are you not overthinking it and taking it a fight at a time? Or do you think actually a win here gets me in this position? If I'm in this position, I can do that. Do you have a route? How many fights do you think you might be from another world title shot?
I haven't really thought about a route, or you know, there's a lot of options of fighters or fights that you can have after this fight, but none of that matters unless you take care of business. So, you know, on Sunday, you know, after I beat him, then we can have a discussion on what's next and what's the route.
It is my last question. It's slightly awkward because he sat literally 6 foot away from you. But Andy Lee, people speak about the Cronk mentality, and I'd have to ask Andy. But one of the things he said after watching you fight Junior Farr was he needs a little bit of the Cronk sprinkled on him. Do you think that Do you think you've been enlightened into what the Cronk mentality is, and do you think you've got that now? Are you on board with that?
I've only been training with Andy for just over 6 weeks, so a little bit of the Cronk mentality has rubbed on. I think we need more time. I mean, there's a lot that we can do in a longer, space of time. But at the moment, we've only been given, 6 and a bit weeks. So he has, passed it on a little bit of it, and hopefully I can show it. But I think the longer we work together, the more it'll be instilled in me. Yeah, this is the start of a long and fruitful journey, not just a one-stop shop. This is the start to a long and a great journey ahead. Brilliant. Well, I wish you all the best of luck with it. And don't show it to your wife if she was hoping that the journey was coming to an end, because we're just starting. She might be, what? And she will come up here, I think. yeah, I'll be hiding, don't worry. Thank you very much for sitting down and doing that with us. I wish you all the best on Saturday. Thank you. Top man.